Journalists have a key role in shaping public views and attitudes.
Ultimately, the stories that are told in the media, the way that they are framed, whether it's language, imagery, and tone, this all plays a significant role in how communities are perceived.
Responsible reporting on race helps build an anti-racist society by using respectful, factual, and inclusive language that avoids stereotypes and acknowledges the lasting effects of colonial violence and Australia's diverse migration history.
It's important that we have input into that because we do have an expertise, we have that lived experience, and we can deliver strong, powerful content that is meaningful and impactful to those communities.
Intersectionality recognises how systems of oppression based on categories like race, gender, class, and more overlap, shaping people's unique experiences, and calls for tailored approaches and self-reflection on power and privilege within media organisations.
When we operate from a single perspective, we risk making incomplete assumptions and decisions leading to misunderstanding and exclusion.
Inclusive storytelling means fairly representing all voices, especially negatively racialised groups, to promote empathy and anti-racism, while celebrating Australia's diverse communities.
Objectification in media is usually done through stereotypes about someone's culture or their identity or how they look. And they can be really harmful because they get everyone painted essentially with one brush. And for a public whose sometimes only interactions with these communities can be through media, that can be really harmful.
In a world flooded with information, accurate and respectful reporting is vital, especially in race-related coverage, making fact-checking and bias training essential for maintaining journalism's credibility.
So it's important to take issues and not just cover the day-to-day news element of it, but the root cause of the issues. So things like racism, misogyny, violence against women, men's violence hasn't just happened. There's been years and years and decades of apathy, and particularly when it happens to Black women, for example.
Journalists and content creators play a key role in informing their audience, and building strong connections with the community is essential for creating fair and impactful stories.
We have a duty of care to ensure that we are working with community, consulting with community, and protecting community from racial discrimination and harm through inclusive storytelling, and ensuring that we're not sticking to a one-story narrative or not highlighting one certain group over another.
So there are all these mechanisms now that provide scope for understanding that you do have allies, and they're not just allies in particular communities, they're allies across communities.
Inclusive leadership in journalism involves creating a diverse, equitable, and inclusive workplace that respects and values differences. This requires leaders to actively promote diversity, ensure everyone has equal opportunities, and foster a culture of inclusivity.
We need the industry to come together. Competitiveness aside, this is one issue when it comes to diversity, equity, and inclusion that we can all agree on. And there is a lot that we can do together when we pool our resources. We hope to be the glue that helps bond the industry when it comes to accelerating their efforts around diversity, equity, and inclusion.